Hello again, not from my front porch. Actually, you can see my back deck. I'm here in my kitchen because I needed the space here. I'm going to show you my newest little toy, my newest little gadget for checking my blood sugar, which is now something because my world has completely changed now because of the whole diagnosis as type 2 diabetic, and so. Doing these videos, I've always been sharing some of my life with you, sharing my adventure. I mean, these started with me sharing the adventures about Ashley and Josh getting married and all that was going on with that. So here's a new chapter that I'm doing. In fact, tonight I actually also did something for the very first time. I had broccoli and cauliflower. I know some of you were like, "Bah, I love those things," and others of you are like, "I'd never touch those things." I was in that second category, never touched those things. But tonight I had a great chicken. I went over to Montana Mike's, a restaurant near here, and I had what they call a Southwest chicken. Didn't have any bread with it, not even the bread that they bring to the table, but no bun or anything. And I had a garden salad with it that I didn't eat the croutons. I'm told to avoid the croutons as well. But I also, as a side, ordered the steamed vegetables, sight unseen. Didn't even ask what the vegetables were. And when it showed up, it was, what was it? It was cucumber, I think, and carrot, and some yellow melony kind of thing in there. I'm sure some of you are screaming at the camera right now trying to tell me what it was. But then also cauliflower and broccoli. And I looked at it and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to eat it anyway. And you know what? I ate all of those steamed vegetables, and not only did it not kill me, it actually tasted pretty good. And so, yeah, you know, now I've eaten asparagus, you know, and voluntarily ordered that. Now I've eaten broccoli and cauliflower, and you know, it's just a new chapter. But the big part of it now is the testing of the blood sugar. Now, if you're not familiar with one of these, this is where I'm going to share the joy of this with you. To do this, I have in this little thing here a whole bunch of little strips. Now, I've got one out already that I could use. And I got to pick it up. It's a little hard to pick up. But this is what they look like. It looks like that. And you see that the bottom part, the two-prong part at the bottom, that's what sticks in the meter itself. And then can you see at the very top, there's that dark line? That's actually an opening. It opens from both sides. And what I need to do is prick my finger and then put the blood up to that dark line, and then it kind of sucks the dark line, the blood into that gap area, and then through the prong things at the bottom, it will read it. And so I'm going to be doing that. And I've got a whole big supply of those things here. But of course that requires that I have to prick the finger. Now, I've never been a big fan of needles. I've gotten a little better. I've gotten much better than I used to be. I mean, I literally, when Ashley was going to be born, they asked what blood type I was. I said I didn't know. So they said, that's fine, we'll just take a little blood test. Kid you not, I this close to passing out just from having that blood run. They wound up having to lay me out. I was pale and clammy and just a wreck, just to draw enough blood to find out my blood type. That's how bad I was. Now, you know, it is what it is. Last time I was at the doctor for my physical, they drew 5 vials of blood and gave me a tetanus shot. So it's like, pokes going whatever way, and then I had to go back to find out if I was type 1 or type 2, and they had to take even more blood then. It's like, whatever. But fortunately, I don't have to actually use a needle that I can see or anything like that. I use this little device here. This is the One Touch Delica. I don't know why it's called that, but I use this thingy here. Now, you see, the way this works is there is actually, let me open this up here. There is a needle thing right down in there. Can you see that? Can you see the little needle in there? I don't know if you can quite see it. Let me move it over there. There, now you can see the needle. Got to put it up against the wall in the background so you can kind of see it. But, so that is down in there. And so what I have to do is I have to load it. You see this little button here? Pull that down. So now it is primed. And so then when I put my finger right up against it and I push the button, and hear that? The little spring thing? That's then the needle poking me in the finger. And then, so I insert the little strip into the top of my meter, into the top part here. and then I have to get busy and poke the finger and put the blood right up against that little strip, and then the meter will read. So I'm going to try to do all this for you here, okay? So here you go. Now, if you're squeamish about any of this stuff, this is your point to bail out. But I'm going to try to not make it too gross. In fact, I'm not going to make a big deal about showing you the blood part. I'm more interested in showing you the meter and what it says, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna do this part so you can see that even a guy like me who's never been a big fan of the needles can do this. Now, I washed my hands too. You have to wash your hands with soap and water so you have them taken care of. So again, the first thing, I take the strip, the little strip part, okay? Remember, I got this little piece here, and I'm gonna put it right in the top of the meter, okay? So I put it in, and now notice the meter is waiting for me to do something. It's saying, give me some blood. So I gotta give it some blood. So I put this right up against my finger, just like this, and then, ow! All right, and now get some blood going there and put it right up against there. And now it's going to count it down, the test. Oh my Lord, look at that. 181? Wow. And that's a good 30, 40 minutes after I ate dinner. You have to understand, 181, I was at 276. That's where I was. It hasn't been below 200 since I started measuring it. That's phenomenal. So I'll take that. That's a good reading. Now, what I didn't do is I didn't grab a tissue paper because I'm not going to show you, but the little poke is still bleeding a little bit. So pardon me just a moment. I'm going to grab a paper towel real quick. Now, of course, the first time that I did the poke thing, it was not pleasant. It was like, oh, I was bracing for it. But now I find out that it's not really that big a deal. I've been doing it now for 3 or 4 days, and so it's you'll see here. See, I just dried it up, and it's already it's a very small little hole, but that's just amazing. 181. 181. And again, that's after I ate dinner. So that's an incredible total. That's actually awesome. So that doesn't mean that I've arrived by any means, but the goal is to get down to 126, I think. So I'm on track. I'm moving obviously in the right direction. Now, this could easily change. I'm told that all this is it only captures one moment in time. That's all that's capturing, just this little snapshot. And as the body processes things, it'd be different. And in the morning, I didn't realize this, but when you first wake up in the morning, that's when the blood sugar can be the highest, actually, because of whatever you consumed the night before, and your body doing things. The rest of it, I don't know all the specifics. Others of you probably would, but that's using the little device. It's as simple as that. And now I've got this little guidebook that I have to record that in, and the time that it is right now as well. And just as a point of reference for you, I've only been doing this, like I said, for about 3 days. So that when I was at the dietitian who gave this to me on Monday, at 5:45, it was 213, which I thought was really awesome. But that was before I ate dinner too. Well, they said after you eat, they expect it to go no higher than 50 points up. That's the expectation if you're eating normal food. But again, I've been making some really radical changes to my diet. And so when I tested it after dinner, waited half an hour or so after dinner, it was 8:35 in the evening, and it was only 234. And I thought, yay, that's awesome. Then the next morning I tested it, and it was 285 at 7:22 a.m. 285, and I was like, whoa, that's even higher than where I started. What happened? But by Tuesday evening, 8:15 p.m., I was down to 235. And then when I woke up this morning, after I got going this morning, I don't eat breakfast, and so it's like fasting up to that point. And so this morning at 9:12, when I finally got around to testing it before I checked out of my hotel in Cedar Rapids, it was only 237. So it had only gone up a couple of points overnight. So I think that's good. But now tonight, again, as you saw, tested right in front of you, 181. And that's 30, 40 minutes after eating. That's really incredible. So anyway, that's the process. That's how it works. And this is now a daily part of my routine. I have to check my blood sugar twice a day to see where things are at. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. And you know, I'm apparently eating vegetables now too. So it's going to make me healthier in the long run. As I told the dietitian, she said that I seem to have a really good attitude about this. I'm sure there are other people that don't. And I said, I'm not thrilled with being told that I have type 2 diabetes. I'm not thrilled with the dietary changes that I have to make, but I would rather deal with diabetes than die from diabetes. So if those are the two choices, I choose to live. So anyway, that's it. That's my little educational moment on using the little blood sugar tester thingy. I'm sure there's a technical name. But anyway, you get the idea. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time from my front porch.